Do you remember queuing up outside the ration shop, tin coupons in hand, waiting for that blue can of kerosene? Do you remember the sting of monsoon nights, rain pouring down, lights gone again, and the slow hiss of a kerosene lantern coming to life? That was our reality, not long ago. But today, there are no more queues for kerosene, no more flickering lanterns, no more nights lost to darkness. Now, you flip a switch, and the light comes on. The fan hums, the charger blinks. Your world breathes. India awakens. But have you ever wondered, what if that power didn't come? What if the power went off in the middle of a life-saving surgery? What if the lights blinked out just as your daughter was blowing candles at her birthday party? What if the screen froze when Kohli was about to hit the winning six against Pakistan? What if your mixie stopped halfway while grinding chutney, ruining your Sunday special? We don't think about it, because today, it doesn't happen. But have you ever stopped to ask, what changed? What miracle made this happen? Behind that effortless flick of a switch stands a force, an invisible force that climbs mountains, crosses rivers, braves floods and heat waves, and reaches your home every single day. It never sleeps, it never stops. It connects every village, every streetlight, every dream. It travels through 4 million kilometers of wire, over the Himalayas, under the oceans, across deserts, binding India together like veins in a living heart. This is not just electricity. This is the story of India's rise, and it begins in the simplest of places, a magnet spinning inside coils of copper. That's it. That's the secret. But scale it up, and it becomes epic. When nature's fury meets human genius, turbines turn, and India roars to life. In Bakra Nangal, rivers plunge 100 meters. The force spins a massive shaft, a rotor the size of a truck, spinning in copper coils at 300 revolutions per minute. Boom. Hydropower. In Vindhyachal and Singrauli, coal burns in roaring furnaces. Temperatures soar to 1500 degrees Celsius. Water becomes high-pressure steam, shooting into turbines at nearly twice the speed of sound. The shaft spins, the magnet dances, power flows. In Kudankulam and Kalpakkam, atoms split, unleashing unimaginable energy. That energy becomes heat, that heat becomes steam, and that steam turns a generator that lights a village 2,000 kilometers away. In Badla, the desert sun beats down on millions of panels. Photons strike silicon, electrons break free, direct current flows, converted to AC, synchronized with the grid. The desert sings in electrons. In Kanyakumari, the wind howls, blades slice the air, spinning slow rotations into turbine speed power. Even in silence, smart systems tilt the blades just right. The wind becomes willpower. Every one of these, from coal to atom, water to wind, sun to silicon, feeds one sacred purpose: to rotate that magnet and generate electricity at 11,000 volts. Lenz law, Faraday's brilliance, realized in India's heart. From Kashmir to Kanyakumari, from the deserts of Rajasthan to the forests of the northeast, one current flows, one rhythm beats, one nation glows. So the next time you flip that switch, remember, you're not just turning on a light, you're tapping into a miracle, a promise that India will never go dark again. Every generator in this vast nation, from hydro to nuclear, coal to solar, spins for one sacred purpose: to produce electricity at 11,000 volts. Exactly 11 kV. But 11 kV can't go far. It fades. It gets lost as heat. So comes the next hero, the step-up transformer. Massive coils, soaked in insulating oil, boost the voltage to 220,000, 400,000, even 765,000 volts. Why? Because higher voltage is equals to lower loss. And India is vast. From the chill of Ladakh to the salt flats of Gujarat, from the mangroves of Sundarbans to the coasts of Kanyakumari, Power must fly like lightning and arrive like a whisper. To span these distances, India uses HVDC 800 kV, one of the most powerful transmission systems on Earth. From Raigarh to Pugalur, power flows over 1,700 kilometers with near zero loss. Modern arteries, ancient commitment. How do we carry this energy across India? With one of the most sophisticated power grids on the planet. 5 regional grids: north, south, east, west, northeast, all synchronized into one national grid. It's like the nervous system of India, pulsing, sensing, reacting. A lightning strike in Gujarat, the grid redirects flow from Madhya Pradesh. A cyclone in Andhra, load centers in Chhattisgarh surge power in. A sudden drop in solar at dusk. Hydel plants ramp up in seconds. 50 Hertz, stable, reliable. From metro cities to mountain villages. Why 50 Hertz? Because in this vast orchestra called India, every generator, every transformer, every appliance must move in perfect rhythm. That rhythm is 50 times per second. 50 Hertz. If it slows, machines falter. If it speeds up, systems crash. One tiny wobble, and the whole grid trembles. But India keeps the beat. From desert solar plants to Himalayan hydels, from nuclear cores to village transformers, every heartbeat of power is locked to 50 Hertz. Not just for stability, but for unity, for discipline, for national harmony. It's not just a frequency, it's India's pulse. And controlled every second by India's load dispatch centers and AI-based SCADA systems. But what happens when this vast system stumbles? In 2012, one imbalance sparked the worst blackout in human history. 700 million Indians, no power, but within 4 hours. Engineers from POSOCO, NTPC, PGCIL and state teams brought the entire nation back online. That wasn't just engineering. That was grit, patriotism and unity, wired in copper and courage. What exactly happened on that night is a topic for another day, and we will discuss that in detail in a later episode. But as far as electricity is concerned, here's the truth. Making electricity isn't the hardest part. Taking it to the last village is. Picture this, a hamlet in Arunachal halfway up a cliff, a tribal school in Bastar 60 kilometers from the nearest road, a desert home in Kutch, surrounded by silence, no towers, no signal, no help. But India made a vow, Har Ghar Bijli. Every home, every soul, every child shall have light. And who keeps that promise? Not celebrities, not politicians. In 2022, lineman Ramesh G hiked 14 kilometers through jungle, leeches crawling, rain lashing, with a 30-kilogram ceramic insulator on his back, so that one hilltop school in Odisha could switch on a bulb for the first time. No applause, no headlines, just duty. They are India's power warriors, from Power Grid, NTPC, REC, and state boards. They brave snakes, Maoists, landslides, and frozen passes, to string a wire where no wire ever reached. As power nears our towns and cities, it humbles itself, stepping down stage by stage, from 765 kV to 400, to 220, to 110, to 33, to 11, and finally, 440 volts right outside your home. In that quiet grey transformer box, the one we pass by without a second thought, electricity is divided into 3 mighty phases. But your home, it draws life from just one single phase and one neutral. A sliver of the national grid, yet it powers your world, your lights, your fan, your dreams. But here's the silent truth. If we don't balance all 3 phases across the system, if one is overloaded while others sit idle, that delicate harmony breaks, and the entire grid feels it. This isn't just engineering. It's the discipline of a billion lives sharing a single heartbeat. And keeping those 3 phases balanced, that too is part of the electric miracle of India. Too much load on one phase, your fridge burns, uneven currents, transformers explode. So India's control rooms, filled with screens, alerts, AI load balancers, make millisecond adjustments round the clock. It's a silent symphony of stability, conducted by unsung heroes. Let's pause and salute the real champions. Linemen who climb 60-meter towers during lightning storms, engineers who sleep in substations during floods, crews who cross ravines on rope bridges just to reset a fuse. They don't trend on Twitter. They don't wear medals, but they are the reason. Your baby sleeps under a fan, your grandmother's ventilator works, your farmer waters crops at midnight. They are the spine of Bharat, the keepers of the current. India's electrical system is not just infrastructure, it is a living, breathing organism, a promise made, a promise kept. From the might of Tehri Dam to the rooftop solar of Mizoram to the single bulb lighting a child's book in Leh. This is not just electricity, this is India's promise, fulfilled. So next time you flip a switch, know this, you're not just using power, you're honoring everyone who made it reach you. A silent revolution, a shining nation, a billion dreams, electrified. And behind each, the quiet thunder of Indian resolve. Jai Hind.